All right. Hello there. Welcome to this channel. My name is James, and here at 20th and 21st Movies, we are about all things cinema. All right. Today, I want to take a few minutes and share with you my thoughts on a recent release from the Criterion Collection on 4K Ultra HD. This is an upgrade of existing spine number 654 in the Criterion Collection. It is Alex Cox's 1984 film, Repo Man, his feature film debut that stars Harry Dean Stanton and Emilio Estevez. This is an amazing genre-bending film that combines, dark comedy, sci-fi, punk rock, social commentary during the Reagan era, and it is a beautiful blending of all of those things that really works. And it's a film that I've enjoyed for a number of years, and I am really happy that it's on the 4K format. So in this review, I want to share with you what I think about the film, what I think about the 4K picture quality, how it compares to the Blu-ray. So if you happen to be like me and you already have this Blu-ray edition that came out a decade or so ago, is it a worthwhile upgrade? Is it worth upgrading to the 4K? If you don't already have this Blu-ray from Criterion, is this worth picking up at all? When you take into account the film, the picture quality, and the supplements, is this a worthwhile pickup? And is it a worthwhile upgrade? So on the other side of this, we'll get into a little bit of it with talking about Repo Man. And I definitely want to hear in the comments section your thoughts on this film as well, and whether or not you plan to pick it up. So let's talk about it. I really enjoy this movie. I've had this film in my collection for a number of years on this original Criterion Blu-ray, and I'm really happy that it's now out on the 4K format from the Criterion Collection. So I'm going to take a quick minute to read the back of the case here. It says, a quintessential cult film of the 1980s, Alex Cox's singular sci-fi comedy stars the always captivating Harry Dean Stanton as a weathered repo man in a desolate Los Angeles, and Emilio Estevez as the nihilistic middle-class punk he takes under his wing. The job becomes more than either of them bargained for when they get involved in repossessing a mysterious and otherworldly Chevy Malibu with a hefty reward attached to it. Featuring the ultimate early 80s LA punk soundtrack, this grungily hilarious odyssey is also a politically trenchant take on President Reagan's domestic and foreign policy. So, very fascinating film, has social commentary, takes place during the time of Ronald Reagan's presidency in 1984. And it is a film that's unlike any other. So this is a very unique film for sure. Of course, it follows, this film follows, Emilio Estevez. He plays Otto. He is a young punk who is basically directionless in life. He ends up running into this man played by Harry Dean Stanton, who is a repo man, who's Bud, and he takes him under his wing, and he gets him into the whole world of repossession. And of course, they're also getting caught up in this story of the Chevy Malibu that has a mysterious payload in the back of it that does some weird things, and there's aliens involved. So you have the whole sci-fi element, the government's involved. There's just a lot going on in this film. You also have this incredible soundtrack that features, artists like Iggy Pop, Black Flag, the Circle Jerks, and other groups that really, captures the raw energy of the punk rock era, and just this whole rebellious attitude, of this time in this place of Los Angeles. And it really complements the film's sort of, sense of anarchy and just craziness. So, of course, Iggy Pop's title, track is a standout, which really sets the chaotic, fast-paced vibe, from the jump. So it's just an absolutely fascinating soundtrack that you're getting, with this film, along with the world that Alex Cox builds, which includes a really nice take on consumerism in the way that they present all the products in this film have this standard bland, plain branding. It just says, like a bag of potato chips doesn't have a specific brand, it just says potato chips. Or if it's a can of of vegetables just says like vegetables or food or whatever. Everything is very bland branding, and that's part of the social commentary on consumerism in this film that I think is very, very fascinating. Of course, you have here in this film, you have Repo Man. This is the film from Alex Cox, the director, and the cast in this film is absolutely wonderful. Of course, Harry Dean Stanton is Bud. He is the veteran repossession agent who takes Emilio Estevez's character Otto, this this young, disaffected, disillusioned, directionless young man, and takes him under his wing and shows him the ropes of the repossession business. You have Tracy Walter here, and you have Olivia Barish, who plays a little bit of a love interest for Otto in this film. Emilio Estevez and Harry Dean Stanton, they form a really neat, sort of unlikely bond in this film, and I think it just adds a lot of character to this story that I think is just fascinating. Their relationship together from the time that they first meet, which is shown here at the top picture, to them on the bottom picture beginning to go out on jobs together, and Harry Dean Stanton basically showing him the ropes of the repossession business. The wild and crazy, eclectic punk world of Repo Man. So this gives you an example. This middle picture here on the left gives you an example of the bland branding that's taking place in this film. You have, sliced peaches, you have peas, you have potato chips, food. Everything is just plainly presented, standard branding across the board, across all the products that's shown in this film, whether you're looking in a grocery store, in a convenience store, in looking in a home and seeing the different, cans and packaged products. Everything has this very plain branding going on that I think is a really neat characteristic of this world of Repo Man. Just absolutely love it. Crazy, eclectic punk world of Repo Man, along with that fantastic music soundtrack. You have Emilio Estevez, Olivia Barish, and Cy Richardson. Cy Richardson, the black gentleman that's pictured there to the right. He's another Repo Man that's working for the same company that Harry Dean Stanton's Bud is working for, and he's also kind of taking Otto out on some jobs and showing him the ropes a little bit, and just great stuff. And of course, you see this science fiction element with the green car and the radiation and the aliens and the things that they're doing that I will not spoil. But this is an absolute fascinating film that takes place in 92 minutes, takes all those wonderful genres of the whole punk rock scene that you see in LA, and it's realized beautifully and authentically. That music really, really adds a lot of texture to the picture. That then you combine all that punk rock scene with the whole sci-fi element, and the government, is involved in the conspiracy of trying to, hide the aliens and, cover it up. And just this whole Chevy Malibu that's carrying this mysterious payload that is potentially dangerous. All of these things just come together beautifully, along with the social commentary and the whole, um, plain branding of all the goods that are shown in this film. Just a lot going on, but it all comes together beautifully in this genre blending that I think works really, really well and makes this film unlike any other film that you will ever see. So very, very fascinating stuff. And I did a horrible job of explaining that, but I hope you get the idea that I really like this movie. This is not for everybody. There are some elements that's kind of weird. So if you're not really into super weird films, this may or may not be for you. But if you can appreciate a genre bending film that sort of combines these different elements, then Repo Man might be up your alley. Now, let me talk a little bit about the 4K picture quality of this film. This is a new 4K digital restoration approved by director Alex Cox. Now, that is very important. because when you look at the old Blu-ray, it was at the time, a new restored 2K digital transfer. So they've done a new 4K restoration. They've added Dolby Vision HDR grade to this. Now it's also got the same uncompressed monaural soundtrack. So from an audio standpoint, same audio as the Blu-ray release, so no change there. But you do get this film on 4K Ultra HD. All right, as for the 4K picture quality for Repo Man, for this wonderful edition from the Criterion Collection, I would say that the upgrade over the Blu-ray is notable. So I don't know if it's significant, but I would say that it is noticeable. The 4K transfer has that Dolby Vision, so that's going to give you some deeper contrast, which you definitely notice, especially in like those nighttime scenes. You can definitely tell that the black levels are treated, you know, there's a richer black level that's taking place there. You do get that slight uptick in detail, but that's not the biggest upgrade in my opinion. But it's that inclusion of that Dolby Vision that's giving that better contrast, better black levels, more extended dynamic range, and that's giving the film a more polished and refined look. So with that extended dynamic range, you're getting a bolder, I think, a more immersive, slightly more immersive visual experience while still preserving the film's gritty aesthetic. So it's one of those things where, do I think that this is a incredible jump over the Blu-ray? I can't say that it is, but it is an improvement over the Blu-ray. And I think if you are a fan of this film and you want this film in the highest picture quality available, then you're going to want to pick up this 4K Ultra HD and get a nice little upgrade over the Blu-ray. If you already own the Blu-ray and this is not one of your favorite films and this is not a film you're going to revisit that often, then you're probably fine to just stick with the Blu-ray. So it's really a matter of your choice and what works best for you. I would say, though, that for me, I'm very happy that I picked up this 4K. It is a nice uptick in quality over the Blu-ray, which is what I was expecting because, this is a new 4K restoration. And so you are getting a bolder, deeper, slightly richer and more refined image with this picture. The original Blu-ray stands up quite well. It's a very nice presentation, but this 4K, I think, takes it to the next level. So that's my take on the 4K picture versus the Blu-ray. In terms of the special features are the same. Okay. So the special features are the same on these two releases. You don't get any new special features, but the features on here are very, very good. You get a commentary that features Cox, executive producer Michael Nesmith, and casting director Victoria Thomas, and actors Cy Richardson, Xander Schloss, and Lel Zamora. You also get interviews with the musicians Iggy Pop and Keith Morris and actors Dick Rude, Olivia Barish, and Miguel Sandoval. You get deleted scenes. And so you also get this roundtable discussion about the making of the film featuring Cox, Richardson, Rude, Zamora, and producers Peter McCarthy and Jonathan Wax. That's a very nice roundtable discussion. The footage looks pretty rough, but it's them sitting in, I think, like a kitchen or whatever, and they're just having a roundtable discussion, and it's very fascinating. Really, all the features on here, the interviews and everything, is really, really good stuff, and is well worth watching for sure. Now, in terms of the packaging for Repo Man, you definitely need to understand this wonderful packaging. It is fascinating. It has this incredible punk rock feel to it that is very much up the line of the punk rock feel of this movie. If you look on the inside, you can get an appreciation for that. Of course, you have your 4K disc here and your Blu-ray disc here that has the features. And then, of course, you have this nice book. It's not stapled. It's just a bound book, little booklet, if you would. Los Angeles little map there. You have this fantastic essay. Of course, you see a little picture of Ronald Reagan there. You're all right. You have this nice essay in here, A Lattice of Coincidence by Sam McFeeters, which is excellent, which talks about the production of this film, which is definitely worth checking out, or really the history behind it, if you would. And then you have the Repo Code by Alex Cox, which is a pictorial production history of the film, which is fascinating. It's an illustrated production history of the film from Alex Cox that is definitely worth checking out. So yeah, really nice edition overall. You see Emilia Estevez's Otto saying intense. Wow, this is intense. Just great stuff. I mean, this is an absolutely fascinating release from the Criterion Collection that I definitely can recommend highly. So, whether you already own the Blu-ray edition from Criterion, I would say, to me, I think it's a worthwhile upgrade, especially if you love the film. Definitely consider the upgrade. If, like I said, if you're more of a casual fan of the film, you're not crazy about it, but you can appreciate it, then you're probably good to just stick with the Blu-ray. So the choice is up to you. But overall, if you don't already have this and you're open to a film that covers areas like punk rock, sci-fi, dark comedy, if that sounds like something you're interested in, if you're a fan of Harry Dean Stanton, this is another great role that he's in. Definitely recommended. This is one you may want to consider picking up. So those are my thoughts on Repo Man, the 4K edition from the Criterion Collection. Let me know in the comment section below. What do you think about this film? Have you seen it? Do you like Repo Man? Let me know what you think of Repo Man and any other films from Alex Cox in the comment section below. Also, let me know what some of your favorite roles are from Harry Dean Stanton and Emilio Estevez. Let me know all that goodness in the comment section below. And as always, thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you next time at the movies. Peace.